Hi, welcome back. I'm Brandy Schmidt. I am the owner and instructor at Repose LLC. You can find us on Facebook and now on OCTV. Thank you for joining us today. We're having a basic yoga class. This is for all levels of practice. If you've never done yoga before, you're in the right spot. I just like to remind everyone that you need to honor your body's limitations. If there's anything that we show you or offer, suggest, and it's just not right for you, sit it out. Do a posture that is right for you, or just do part of a posture. My intention and the real heart of Repose was just to get everyone in the community, no matter where you're at in your physical life, in your age, in your capabilities, that we get just a little more movement and feel better about ourselves and leave feeling that we're better than when we came. So thank you for joining us in Leonard, Michigan. I hope you enjoy the class. Good morning. Welcome to Repose Yoga. I'm Brandy. I'm going to be your instructor. Happy spring. I hope you watched the last episode. We really just slowed down and focused on setting our space and recognizing what brings us calm, what it means to unload the mind, so to say, just clearing the busy distractions and trying to find that internal peaceful focus. So we have some fun elements as we awaken the body today and we start to come out of that shell, just like the plants and the earth around us. We're reawakening for spring. We're going to find that energy that hopefully we can carry throughout the day. I know that it's working for me, and I hope that I can bring a little bit of that energy to you. I like to also stimulate energy with fragrance. So whether it is a candle that kind of helps you to enliven because you like the fragrance, or a lotion, which I use a lot in my classes, a really nice one, if you have it, if you have oils, if you have lotions, is a ginger and orange. Those are very energizing fragrances that just make you want to wake up and get out into your day. So we'll start in the way that we started in our last episode, coming to that comfortable seat, recognizing if you want a blanket or a pillow to sit on, just to tilt that pelvis forward, bring the knees down, and you can be cross-legged or with the feet out in front of you if cross-legged doesn't work. You can always prop up those knees on blocks or bring the legs straight out in front. So just find a way to be able to sink into that space where you can find comfort, close the eyes, soften the face, relax those shoulders. Really want to make sure you're not clenching the hands. One nice way to connect and know that you're not clenching is to bring a hand to the belly and one to the chest, really connecting with how you breathe. Start to bring that breath in through the nose. Just allow it to be natural right now. Bring some focus to the back of those closed eyelids. Maybe you're just focusing on the shadowing or the light behind the eyes. Or maybe you're setting an intention. And an intention is just something that you're working towards, that you're striving to be, and you just kind of repeat it to yourself. Maybe it's finding more forgiveness. Maybe it's taking more time to be at peace. Maybe it's to bring kindness forward into the lives of others. And you just inhale that intention and exhale any negativity, any stress or bad thoughts you've been having. Envision them all releasing on the exhale. Start to deepen the inhale, bringing in more life, more oxygen. Really allow the belly and lungs to expand. And slowly release all that does not serve you, mind and body. Start to bring the arms down. Take a few more deep breaths. We're going to start to awaken the body by relieving some of that neck and shoulder tension. Just a reminder that most of the tension we feel throughout our body really does start from the feet, but we tend to build it up in that shoulder and neck area. It just flows up through the legs, the hips, the spine, and it all tenses right up there. We definitely feel tension in other parts of our body, but the neck and shoulder area really seems to be where we start with when we're complaining about our tension. So we're going to start there today. Nice deep breath in. Start to exhale as you bring the head to the right shoulder. Feel that gentle pull through the left shoulder and left side of the neck. We're just going to keep that arm down towards the floor for now. Gently start to reach that right hand up into the top of the head. We are not pulling. Do not pull on the head. It's kind of like just adding a natural weight here, which will give you the sensation of pulling, but you don't want to force it. We're trying to lengthen and release a tight muscle, but you don't want to strain it. So take your time, always noticing if something is too much. You want to feel the stretch, but you never want to feel pain. Remove from pain immediately if you experience that. And if you want a little bit more, it feels good, but it doesn't feel like it is enough. Instead of pulling, reach that left arm behind the back. You're going to draw that shoulder and shoulder blade back and forward. And you might be able to wrap that hand. You might see my fingers sticking out the other side. Everyone's not going to get there, especially the first time. But you might be able to just gently wrap that hand around or up towards the shoulder blades. Just keep breathing. Sometimes the mind has to tell the body that it's okay to relax, that you're in a safe space, that we're not working on anything else right now. The intention of this moment is to relax, release the muscle tension, and feel how the body responds. If you were able to bring that hand behind the back, slowly start to release it out to the side, lift the arm off the head, and then slowly bring the head back to center. Nice deep breath in and out, relax the shoulders. And we're just going to do one deep neck rotation. Lengthen the neck, draw the chin straight down. So we're stretching the back of the neck here. Focus on still pulling or drawing those shoulders towards the earth and the neck being long and only drawing in the chin rather than rolling in. And then slowly start to rotate the head towards the right. Any place you feel a lot of tension, you might just stop and do a little rocking there. And then continue that rotation. Head comes back. Slowly to the left, and the chin comes down once again when you're ready in your own time. And then the head rises once again. Deep breath in, lengthen. Exhale, slowly bring the head to the left shoulder this time. Notice the stretch in the right side of the neck, drawing that right shoulder down. When you're ready, left hand comes to the top of the head. Again, no pulling, no forcing, just a gentle weight. And I really want to focus on the words that I'm saying to you, that they aren't on accident. When we say slowly and gently, we really mean it, because this is the time to feel what's happening within you. It's the time to feel the expression of the stretch, to feel and find where the tension is. It's an exploration, and it's also being mindful that we've just done a deep stretch. We don't want to strain those muscles. So we want to slowly come in and out of these stretches, especially when we have tension built up and it's extreme. Bringing that hand behind your back if you're ready, if that's for you today. And continue to breathe. Let the breath carry you. Let the mind tell the body to relax. Notice how your right and lefts may be different. Maybe asking yourself, why is one side of my body tighter than the other? And seek those answers as you move throughout the day, being more aware of how you move, how you sit. Some things might be obvious. Maybe you're right-handed, so you know you're using that right arm or hand more. Are there things you can do to offset that left side, to build strength there? One more nice deep breath in and out. And slowly start to release the arm from behind the back if you've done so. Release the hand from the top of the head. Then bringing the head back to center. Draw those shoulder blades down. Lengthen the neck and spine. I'm going to tuck the chin in tight towards the chest again. When you're ready, taking the head the opposite direction this time for that nice slow rotation to the left. Just pausing anywhere where you have a tightness, and then continuing that rotation. Finally returning the chin to front and center, and lifting the head back up. Maybe a deep breath in and out through the mouth. And now we're ready to get into some movement. Start to spread the feet out from however you're sitting. We're going to bring the feet together in what we call a bound angle pose or Baddha Konasana. You might be on a blanket or a pillow. You can stay on that for this pose. It's okay, you don't have to be on one. You might want to add one or remove it here at this time. If this posture does not offer you a stretch, we're just opening that inside thigh, groin area. We're letting gravity pull the knees down. We're just sitting upright. But if you're not feeling this enough, you're very flexible, maybe your knees are all the way to the floor, you can put a block or something that acts as a spacer. In our last episode, we talked about how we can use that blanket for almost any kind of support. So you might roll up a blanket and just stick it between the feet to create space. And this is just going to widen that stretch. I think for most of us, we're good right here. After a few breaths of holding this pose, we're going to take it a little bit further by pulling the chest forward. Start to tilt from the pelvis first, and then round in. Draw the chin in as we fold over this open lap. You might even open the feet up like a book and give a little bit of a foot massage here as you're holding this fold. Maybe your feet get cold and you just want to warm them up. One way or another, we're bringing that blood circulation in through the feet. If you're someone who just does not like feet, we have a few of those. That's fine. Then don't touch them. Just continue into that fold. Drop the chin in. Breathe. This is just gently taking some stress off that back. If we're very, very tight this morning, you might find you're more upright. Just breathe through it. And if it's really causing you discomfort, maybe we have some low back issues, then stay in that upright posture. But if you do have low back problems, you really want to take these seated postures at an elevated rate. You want to sit on a block, sit on a pillow, roll up your blanket, because this is going to help us tilt the pelvis, which relieves that tension for that low back. So please explore that, play with it. This is why we call it our yoga journey. It's your journey through your body, finding your needs. So if sitting on the ground does not work for you, maybe we're working with a healing body from some form of a surgery, or an aging body that's just not moving in these ways anymore, I encourage you to just sit in a chair and take whatever portion of these poses you can and bring it into that chair position. So you might be sitting upright right now and just leaning over your lap with your elbows and your knees gently open. So find variations to keep moving your body, keeping that youthfulness, whatever phase you have. The goal is to not degrade from here and maybe build on that range of motion, even if it's slight, if it's moderate. We're only trying to be a little bit better at the end of our practice than when we came in, whatever that looks like for you. So inhale and start to walk those hands back up the body. Bring the knees together. Take a moment or a breath here. We're going to step the feet about hip width apart. Hands come down behind you, and we're going to go into what we call windshield wiper motion, which is just exactly how it sounds. We're going to bring the knees to one side. Notice that feeling of stretching into the hip, and then to the other. So you can do this all the way to the floor if your body will allow it, bringing a little twist through that upper torso, or it can be subtle and just a gentle side to side. So play with that. Just breathe. Maybe you let the head fall back here. And I'm just going to switch it up, because you're not always looking at the screen. Again, it can be gentle or all the way to the floor, twisting into one side and then twisting into the other. And your body will tell you, if only you slow down and listen, to where you need to be. If you started on the right, you want to finish up on the left here. And I'm just going to allow my legs to take me all the way over to the side as I come onto my hands and push up. I'm going to readjust onto the blanket. Again, if you have knee issues, you want a little extra support, you might unfold this or put it under the knees. We're going to come into that tabletop. We like to use this posture in almost every practice, really to loosen up the spine. We're not going to talk much about it today. Just a nice deep inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, head looks up. Exhale as you press into the hands and shoulders. Again, you can use fists if the wrists are sensitive here, and start to tuck in the tailbone, round the spine, tuck the head in, exhale. Do 2 or 3 more to your own breath. You can always pause the video and take more time. We're going to keep moving right into the next pose here. So again, if this is uncomfortable on your hands and wrists, you might find some alternatives. We are going to bring your right foot back and you're going to press into your right heel. So if your hands or fists are uncomfortable, you might even come onto the forearms for this one, because the focus is stretching out that leg. So you can be in any posture here that's comfortable for you with the arms. Just stretching into the calf. And again, today's focus is just hitting each point of the body. We're still taking it very gentle. We're reawakening and re-energizing. And we're just recognizing the feet here, spreading the toes, maybe even rock the foot from the big toe to the pinky toe as you stretch into this one. A few more breaths. It's always about the breath. And then start to relax that knee back in. When you're ready, bringing the opposite foot back. Left foot reaches, toes curl under, stretch into the heel. And just a reminder, what you do to one side, we try to do to the other, always being balanced. So rocking between that big toe and that pinky might be the right choice for you. If you did it on one side, do it on the other. And finally bringing that left knee back in. Keeping the knees under the hips rather than spread wide. We're going to do a very quick child's pose. There's a few different variations. This is with the knees closer together, rolling over your lap, letting the head drop down. We do this a lot just in between postures. Take some relief off the spine, coming back to the breath. And then rising again, looking forward, step that right foot back again. Just for a moment, stretch into the heel, and then I'm going to have you step that right foot in between the hands. Slowly bring the knee forward, make some space with that right arm. Take a few moments to adjust. Maybe you need to use a few things around you for stability. Blocks might be a nice support here, gives you a little bit of extra height. But if you're able to keep it right where it is, slowly walk that foot until the knee is over the ankle. You'll hear us say that a lot in yoga. It's really about not putting strain on the knees. Knees are one of those joints that tend to give us problems with age, so we really want to take care of them. Start to pull the chest forward, looking ahead. We're in this lunge position. A few breaths here. We're really just baby stepping into this next part of the pose, which is to bring the hand on top of the knee. Both hands come there for support and start to lift the chest up. We want that knee slightly behind us, but if you're having a hard time with that, you can bring the hands back down and we can bring that knee right underneath the hip. This is a little bit more supportive. It's a little bit easier to balance from here, but you won't get that stretch in the front of the thigh. So just make the adjustment that's right for you. We're going to come up, pull the shoulder blades down and back, and just interlace the fingers, putting some pressure down on the top of the leg. So you're helping to support that straight back. And breathe. From here, we can take it a little further. If this is challenging enough for you, just stay right how you are. For those that were able to lunge a little deeper, I'm going to wiggle my toes forward, bringing that knee farther behind you. You might begin to lift those arms up. We're not reaching the shoulders. We want to relax the shoulders. We're elevating those arms. Palms are facing one another. And just start to look up towards the sky. You're going to feel the feet work a little bit more here as the body tries to balance. You're going to feel the thigh working a little bit harder. And this is one of the only poses where we actually start to push forward where the knee comes in front of the ankle. That is going to put a little more strain on the knee. So decide what's right for you. 3, 2, and 1. On that exhale, start to bring those hands down from whatever variation you were in. And start to shift the weight, hips come back, straighten that front leg. Make any adjustments you need. We're going to point the toe here, look up, lengthen the spine, inhale, and exhale as you fold forward any amount, and just stretch it out. Inhale as you start to look up. We're going to make some minor adjustments from this pose. If it doesn't work for you the way that I'm going to come into it, you can do it in any way that makes sense. So I'm going to walk my hands to the inside of that right leg and kind of walk them forward. This is going to allow me to swing this left foot the opposite way, point that toe a little more, and I'm going to drop to the side of the foot. So if you didn't really see what we did there, we just positioned the hips towards this long edge of the mat, giving me space for the legs to come out in the opposite direction. So we shifted from looking forward to just kind of rotating those feet, making that space, coming up, using the hands on the hips or thighs to give you some support. Inhale, lift the heart. Take a few breaths. Inhale, bring the arms out to a T. I'm going to bring the right hand down to that right thigh or leg. Left arm reaches overhead, looking up towards the sky. Nice gate pose, side stretch here. And again, reminding you that whatever we do to one side, we want to do to the other. So I'm going to leave you with that today. I'll give you a few transitions to hit the other side. Take your own time. Maybe you replay this part of the episode, just keeping in mind that you're doing the other side. So a nice way to transition is to come back up to center, bring those arms overhead, inhale, exhale, bring those hands down right in front of you, and start to switch the legs. So bring that foot in, maybe you come back to your cushion and switch sides there. Left leg comes out to the side, walk your hands up. And I'm going to quickly take you through that. Inhale, arms out to a T. Exhale, left hand comes down, right arm reaches over. And when we're coming back out of this, we're going to remember how we transitioned. It'll be the opposite. Bring those hands down, start to walk them towards that left foot, swinging the right foot behind you and rotating. For me, I'm going to readjust on my mat. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale to relax down, coming into that nice long stretch. And then you'll go in reverse, coming back into that bent knee, bringing the hands up top, lifting the chest, pressing down. And then deciding if you want to take that next step variation of reaching, maybe pressing the hips forward, maybe looking back. And as with all practices, take a rest when you're done, coming back into that original position. Maybe you end in a nice, beautiful child's pose or shavasana. But I feel that when you awaken, you'll have all that energy. You'll be ready to take on your day. Happy spring.
I used to think news is news. It's all the same. But it's not. There's a big difference between local broadcast news and cable news. See, local stations are part of my community, connecting me to local news, weather, and sports on every device. It makes sense. Get the news from the people I trust who actually live here. No agenda, no bias like on cable shout shows or social media, just facts. For news I can trust, I stay local. Support your local stations. Text TV to 52886 today.